now looking live down here on the crowds, the throngs of people who have come out here to honor the 2017 World Series champion, Houston Astros. Parade has started. You can see the marching bands down there.
Oh, well, you can feel it. I can actually hear it in my heart. They're right here along Fifth at Lamar Street, as you can see.
Yeah, we're just to the right there. Yep.
Maybe you can see us.
We're right by those trees on the right.
Dominique's pointing to your TV set.
Yeah,
Can you
can't see it. But if you see that tall white tower?
Right there, that's just to the left of us. So we're to the right of it, right?
Yeah, we're in these trees
right down
to the right-hand side.
We're in the trees to the right.
We're hiding in a canopy. But we're in there.
We can hear that band loud and clear. I'm not sure what the band is, where they're from, but they sounded pretty good, didn't they?
They sounded great.
Well, as I mentioned, we have reporters stationed at strategic routes all along the parade route here. We'll be going to them eventually as they begin to see the different elements of this parade coming by.
When you see us back on camera, what you're seeing behind us is the crowd that's gathered here at City Hall at the Reflection Pond. This is the staging area when after the parade, everybody's going to come, make their speeches, get the crowd really riled up. They're anticipating this to last hours. This, basically the city has stopped. Work has stopped, school has stopped. Everybody has arrived downtown to take part in this ginormous party.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The governor of Texas, I believe, is here as well. He'll be on the parade route.
Yeah.
A lot of notables. Sylvester Turner, I'm sure, will be here as well. The mayor probably on stage speaking once the Astros get there. But the parade itself is first up, and we're underway here downtown Houston.
We're watching as you are, since we're in our little canopy here. We can't see who's coming next, but we're waiting to see who's going to round the corner here at McKinney and Smith. The crowd is getting loud, so it's going to be big and it's going to be good.
I mean, it's 15.
Oh, hey, look what that is.
What are we looking at?
It's the train.
Or a replica of it. Yeah, it would be a replica of the train
from Minute Maid Park.
Yes. It's a float made after the train.
Very nice.
That's great.
Well, that train conductor got a lot of airtime during the playoffs. He's a popular guy in this town. He gets them riled up during the baseball games during Minute Maid.
I loved it when the Dodgers fans said, please, no more train.
No more train.
All those home runs were really getting on their nerves back in Los Angeles.
And obviously we have a train because the ballpark was built on the grounds of Old Union Station. It's a fan favorite. I think the kids love the train as much as they love their ball players.
Yeah, a lot of people wonder.
You get the train out there in orbit. Yeah. Kids are going to love that.
Okay, who do we have in the car here? Can you see that?
I can't tell if it's the owner.
Is it Jim Crane?
It looked like it was, but I'm not sure.
I think Governor Abbott may be in that red car coming in. I believe it is.
Oh, it's Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. Oh, I think it was Governor Greg Abbott in the first car.
In the first car?
Yes. Again, we're watching with you, so we're trying to identify and figure it out at the same time. Makes it kind of fun.
Well, the Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is a Houstonian. He started out his career as a sportscaster here.
That's right.
So he's been reporting and had been reporting on the Astros for the better part of, what, 43 years? And now he sees the championship here in the city.
We've got folks on skates. Getting the crowd pumped up. They've got signs.
I think that some of the crowd has become part of the parade.
About an hour ago, ahead of the parade, the folks from the Houston Police Department came through, and the fans were giving them a good round of applause.
So you've got the parade noise on one side, you've got the music on the other. Here's street level now.
Parade starting out with cars carrying dignitaries.
The first one that we saw was Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
Everybody, of course, waiting for the fire trucks to come through with the Slayers.
Can you imagine the noise when that happens?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And they're going to stop and wave to the crowds. Picture time, of course.
Interestingly enough, we do not have a rundown of the people that we got bumped off the air for a little bit, but I think they can still hear us.
Yes, there we go. Sky
we
2
do
back
not
up.
have anything beyond a timeline of this parade. We do not have the participants because this thing had to get thrown together in like 48 hours.
48 exactly.
hours.
Right, so they weren't even sure who was going to be in the parade.
It looks like we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be back right after this with live coverage of the Astros Victory Parade in downtown Houston.
Reporters along the parade route. Now we're looking at some.
We're looking at the players
Here's one
now.
of them that's working. It's great. You see the players on top of the fire truck right there. I guess all of them are on one truck. I don't know if they spread them out or not.
They may have them on, with the Rockets parade, I remember they were on 2. So
Yeah,
we'll see. Sometimes
one.
they had families on the second one, but they're behind us. So they're on the streets behind City Hall. They're going to round City Hall, make their way up to Smith Street, which is where this parade starts. And by the time that happens, it's going to get really loud. So you're seeing this on television, but the crowd in front of us isn't seeing this. So I can't wait to hear their excitement when they finally get their eyes on their Houston Astros champs.
And just to clarify, we will be able to show you the video from the cameras that we have on the street as you're looking right now. It's the audio that we're having a little bit of a problem with. As we watch the Houston Fire Department, remember that helmet we saw a while ago? Said, "We got this."
We got this.
And they got the team members right now. And their families, it looks like.
Yep.
Oh, what a thrill for them to bring home a victory to this city that's been waiting 56 years.
That's right. They've come close. They were there in 05. Didn't work out. They had other years back in the 80s, 90s that they had good teams and just couldn't punch that ticket to the World Series or playoff team. It's not easy to get there. You know, you don't take it for granted. You get to one, you can't count on more. You hope there's more.
Right.
Well, always the case.
I think there's going to be more now, though.
I think there will be, too.
But there are a lot of people who feel that way. They don't think this is a one-time, a one-hit wonder, basically.
No.
They look at this team and how it's gelled and the character of these players, and they're thinking, well, wait a second. If we did this in 2017, what's to stop us from doing it again in 2018 and so on? So that's the great thing. This is the start of what could be many victory parades. That's what we're hoping for.
We beat the Yankees. We beat the Dodgers. People, frankly, were shocked.
Well, I saw a nice graph yesterday. Boston, New York, Los Angeles, 2 powerhouse.
These are legendary teams.
Legendary programs, and I might add the top 3 payroll teams in all of baseball.
That's right.
You just blew those guys away. That was really cool.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with talent, but a lot of it also has to do with heart. Right, this team has a lot of heart, and it's got a city of champions behind the team.
Even games this season, they won 101 games, but the games they were down, they had many comebacks. You knew how talented this team was offensively. Even if they're down 4 or 5 runs, you knew they could erase that quickly, and they did that many times this year.
Oh, yeah. Game 5? Oh,
that was great.
Lord.
Crazy.
Game
one of the best
Game
ever.
5, Game 7.
Yep.
2, 5, and 7. Terrific ball game.
There was a lot of neurotic food eating going on during those games.
Lord.
I binged on chocolate more than I ever have in my entire life.
Yeah, I confess to my share of that as well.
So as we look at the parade route, our marching band, you know, and this is the really cool thing. So HISD basically canceled school today. They said, look, we know this is where everybody wants to be. Private schools are sort of winging it. You know, they're saying if you want to take your kids out, take them out, and a lot of families did. There are families here from all over taking part in this, celebrating, and this is one of those things that these kids will never forget.
Absolutely, and apart from HISD, the other school districts either let school out or they went half a day so that the kids could get to the parade. Now, getting here, that's another story.
Another story.
You should see, and I hope we do later, the parking garages along Smith Street packed to the rafters, every single floor, with fans hanging over.
Hang on the side, I saw that.
Yeah.
So if you're watching us from home right now, count your lucky stars. You got your living room, you got your couch, you got air conditioning, and I'm hoping a nice cold beverage and something to snack on while you take part in this parade. Visually, it is so exciting to be here, but it's also great to be a spectator at home, and we thank you so much for being with us for this special coverage this afternoon.
And if you know somebody who's here at the parade and you're looking for their posts on social media, I don't think you're going to see them because you can't get a cell phone signal out of here. Internet is down because of so many cells.
Yeah, for the last hour and a half or so, it's nothing coming out of here, basically.
Yeah, I tried to text you to let you know about our location.
Right.
It took about 20 minutes to get to you.
No,
You were here already.
Our producers here are working off of sat phones back to the station because we can't call them on regular cells.
Well, you want to see the party going on behind us here at City Hall. I feel like there are 2 separate events that are going on. The folks here jamming to the music, waiting for the players, and then the folks right there at the street along the parade route watching all of these participants go by.
Many of the Astros actually showed up this morning at Minute Maid Park meetings, and they met with the media. then they all gathered on the buses to come over here. And I understand a handful of them, I haven't heard names yet, but quite a few are on their way to Disney World tomorrow.
I figured that would happen.
And they'll be taking part in the Disney parade there in Orlando tomorrow.
And then I guess they'll go to the White House at some point as well.
They will. George Springer was asked about that in his news conference today, and he says, if the team's invited, I'm going.
Perfect.
There you go.
So,
listen to the crowds. It's a constant roar.
Unbelievable. The players are getting closer to us, meaning they will get closer to your TV set in just a minute.
There's people the people behind us are half a block away from the parade, but they see the fire truck and they're yelling, and the confetti.
it's all over the place over there.
Confetti is all over the place.
Oh my gosh, it's just incredible. The images you're seeing are closer to the start of the parade. So the image and what you're hearing is going to match up soon.
Take our, if you
Here they
can.
come to our right here.
Yeah, if
The
you,
players are coming by us right now. There's our street level shot.
I love the reactions I'm seeing on the faces of these guys in Dallas
there they
Tigers.
are. The
That's
bearded
an
one.
emotional time for these guys,
Yeah.
too.
Here they come right in front of our location. I'll tell you what, they're not going slowly. They're moving right along.
They are. And here comes the second fire truck right here, full of some players and family.
Incredible. Players are going by, the confetti is dropping, everybody is screaming at the top of their lungs. White, orange, blue confetti is spraying everywhere. Wow. There they go.
World Series belt.
Josh Reddick holding out the belt.
I saw Reddick, right there with a big orange hat on. Listen to the crowd.
They love their Astros. We have heroes in the midst today.
I know you can't see it, but there's confetti
Everywhere.
coming down all over the place here. Blue and orange confetti raining down on the crowd behind us. Take our live shot here on the podium. We can show it right now. Take a look over here. Take your camera here at our location. You'll be able to see the crowd with all the confetti.
Amazing.
This is the crowd here at City Hall. The fire trucks, excuse me, fire trucks went by 5 minutes ago. They're still screaming for the team.
Everybody's going to wind up behind us. There you go. So that's behind us.
That's our live camera right here.
And there's a staging area. And this is where everybody's going to wind up and they're going to speak to the crowd. These guys are so excited. We've got our hashtag, Thank You Astros. We've been taking pictures with that hashtag. We encourage you to do the same thing to show our respect, our gratitude for this awesome team bringing this city together in such a joyous and jubilant way. Thank you, Astros. We'll be right back.
On a night
in downtown Houston. The crowd, I can't even describe the energy. In fact, I just tried to roll some video, and I'm trying to upload it on social media. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
What am I thinking? Nothing's going out. There's no signal nowhere.
Well, we just saw 3 different fire trucks come through with all the Astros. The last one just moments ago with the manager, A.J. Hinch, and his wife, Erin, and many of the players on board. And he had that fun. He was recording video, too, just checking, soaking it all in. And
yep.
What a
A lot of props for A.J. Hinch during this series. He's been a great manager.
3rd year here, and when he came here, he instilled this approach, this winning tradition, where you play hard every day. You don't let up, even if you're down. And he's instilled that in these young guys, and it's the veterans buy in as well. And 2 playoff trips in 3 years now, and a World Series title.
Oh, we got some crowd surfing going on here.
Oh, here we go. And we got some old school jersey. Yeah. He's pumped.
We saw
a lot of that the other night.
We did. The night that they won, the crowd outside Minute Maid Park,
There's
a lot of crowd
right there on
surfing.
your screen.
I can't believe he's not down on the ground.
I can't believe they're not body passing him.
Yeah, that's what would happen.
Right, exactly. So we got the real orbit and then a inflatable orbit behind him. All right, we got the band.
Yeah, this parade seems to, if they've already made the turn here, that's a good indicator it's moving along quickly.
Oh, I know. They're really cutting along here.
It'll come all back behind eventually. The players will, behind City Hall, make their way to the stage. Much of the crowd continues to file in here to the plaza because they know what's next. Hearing all these speeches. I have not seen a list of who's talking today. I don't know how many Astros are going to be talking. Well, I know Springer will for sure.
Yeah. There has been a list released. The mayor's on it. Jim Crane's on it.
Yep.
The governor's on it.
Player-wise, I bet we'll hear something from Altuve.
We
Carlos
usually
Correa.
hear from state and local leaders first, then they bring on the players and the coach.
Yep.
Because, we really want to hear from the state and local leaders.
Hey, they're excited too.
Well, I can't wait till we get to the Congress.
I know, right? So we're taking in some good 80s tunes behind us as we take a look at the screen here. We're looking at cheerleaders. The crowd's so excited.
I think I saw the University of Houston band come through.
Right.
Maybe that first band could have been Texas.
I'm seeing Cougar red and white right here, so
it might be them,
could be U of H. I'm also looking forward to hearing this crowd behind me, and I know a lot more people are going to file in once the players arrive too to hear them speak.
We got people climbing the trees here at the reflection pond at City Hall so they get a better
they're all coming in. Do you see this?
All the trees have people, yeah.
Can you take a shot real quick of the 3 of us? Because what's happening is everybody who was along the parade route, they're now starting to jump over fences and move in to the reflecting pond area here at City Hall. And this is basically the next phase of what's going to happen is back here. It's already a sardine can with people, and more people are starting to make their way in. The stage is right behind us, which you're looking at right now. That's the music we're listening to. And this is eventually the place where all of our leaders will be and the players.
That's the stage there at City Hall, right at the foot of the reflection pond. And everybody who's part of this parade, after party, you might call it, will be speaking from there. And as we mentioned, everybody's trying to make their way from the parade route to City Hall because they know that that's where we're going to see the players eventually start to speak.
And this is what's still happening streetwide, where we have fans that are packed in 10, 20 rows deep, excited to see the marching band, the cheerleaders, and everything that is a part of today's parade, most importantly, cheering on and celebrating our players.
That's the TSU band, I believe.
Hey, there you go. Thank you, Horned Frogs. I hope you're able to feel the energy that we are here. The noise, the level of excitement is just, it's a thrill to be a part of. I know.
For the something like 500,000 to a million Astros fans who have come downtown to watch the team parade through the downtown area, this parade is going to be over all too soon. I mean, it's just moving right. That appears to be almost the end of it. The players have gone by. Everybody's seen the players. The rest of it.
So basically, this has already passed us. So you're going to see the train, and eventually you will see the fire trucks with the players coming up on your TV set. They're already toward the end of the parade route, and that's where this camera is stationed, toward the end of the route.
You know, walking up here.
Go ahead, Big.
Walking up here on Smith Street, I didn't see any big Jumbotron TVs set up on the street so that folks could watch the City Hall celebration. They probably should have done that because everybody's going to try to rush.
They're all going to come here.
Yeah, there's only so much more room. I don't know how much more I could hold, actually, in this plaza.
And they are. Do you see all the crowds coming in now from McKinney at Smith Street? They're all pouring in.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a very tight situation here at City Hall.
All right, here is Sky 2 over the players, the fire trucks. Look how thick these crowds are. It's really incredible.
God, here's some police officers marching along the trucks. But, you know, this is the kind of city where you don't have people misbehave. I mean, people are going to stay contained to the areas where they're supposed to. They won't rush.
Okay, hey guys, can you hear me back there? Right now we have the governor of Governor Greg Abbott just passed a few minutes ago.
Keith Garvin, I believe.
Yeah, hey there, it's Keith Garvin right here. If you take a look, you want to zoom on in down here, Ty, to the governor of the state just came by. He's in his Correa jersey, and his wife is in his in the Altuve jersey. And so the fans here are more than excited. We just had Houston City Council members also come by. Right now we have a group of roller skaters coming by in their Houston Astros Foundation shirts. And so, my goodness, confetti is flying. We have the skaters coming through. You know it's a parade when we have the skaters coming by, and they all have these faces, these cutouts of a lot of the players that are here right now. And as you can see in front of us, we have the confetti already falling down. The players haven't even made it here yet. We already have roller skaters, and we have confetti as well. So right now we're at Smith and Peace, and this is toward the end of the parade route. And so the first stages of the parade are starting to get to us where we are now. And of course, the Astros players and the managers and their families are all just shortly behind us, a few blocks away. But man, what a crowd right here. A great, interesting float. I can't tell you exactly who or what this is, but they are here to help celebrate the Astros. And so we'll welcome them along with everybody else. But they have the Houston Strong decal on the back. We have another group of folks walking through. They're not identifiable right away, but they have their Earn History t-shirts on, and they are walking down the street with these Astro little balloon dealios, if that's what you want to call them. But yeah, now we have, my goodness, who does not associate American sports with the Budweiser Clydesdales? They are just a block away. They're making their way. They were here in town during the first the games 3, 4, and 5 of the World Series. And then they went back to LA. They actually have about 3 different teams. We talked to the folks who were in charge of the Clydesdales. And just look at these magnificent animals. I mean, they're over 2,000 pounds apiece. They're about 16 hands, 15, 16 and a half hands high. And they are just magnificent animals. If you can see, we have their Dalmatian is riding up top with the handlers as well. And these beautiful animals right here, this is American sports. This is as American as mom and apple pie and baseball. And they are just some magnificent, beautiful animals. You see the Dalmatian up top there with the handlers as well. And so now we have the Astros Dazzlers. They're walking through at this point. Again, we're at Smith and Peace. They're coming through. Crowd's definitely excited to see them as well. Have some members of the Astros staff walking with them. If you've been to any of those games, you know that these young ladies come out several times throughout the game. They toss out T-shirts. They come out, they get the crowd hyped, and so certainly always happy and glad to see them. But more Astro staff coming down as well. Folks in the Chevrolet truck, I'm assuming that these folks, they're obviously at least Astros fans, don't know exactly who they're with, but hey, they're here to get the crowd hyped up as well. It's not going to take much on a day like this when we're celebrating our Astros. Everybody, and now as you can hear the crowd is chanting Houston. The crowd is chanting Houston. It's just an amazing sight to see, something amazing to witness. I'm going to turn it back to you guys for now.
All right, that's Keith Garvin. He's down by the Whitehall Hotel, which is the end of the parade route, so it looks like there's still more parade route to come, as Orbit makes his way by that area.
Orbit, a crowd pleaser. The kids love him. This crowd is half kids. Most of them got out of school today. No quizzes, no tests, no way. It's all about Astros. It's all about the parade, and they're thrilled to be here.
Yeah, something tells me a lot of schools outside of HISD are missing a few students.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe
Yeah.
a few
It's a miracle they're there.
office cubicles empty today, maybe?
Most of the private schools went half a day and released them around 11 o'clock. Here comes one of the fire trucks with the players making its way towards City Hall, where they'll all get off here at Bagby, right between City Hall and the library, if you know where that is.
Look at all the flags, the signs that everybody made to wave on and to show our team.
As a matter of interest, you might like to know that there was going to be a parade one way or the other. You like to think that it would have been as well attended and as huge if we had not won the World Series, and I kind of think it would have been, but since we did, we've got a much more jubilant crowd than we would have otherwise.
These trucks getting closer to their final destination, which is right around the corner from where we are. Everybody's looking forward. There was one fan that was kind of pushed back. He was getting a little crazy. Everybody looking forward to hearing these players talk today. What do you see, Randy?
That's the first truck.
That is the first one,
That's the trophy, and that's George Springer there.
Our MVP.
If you're looking at it right now, front right, that's George Springer.
Do you know anything about the design of the trophy, why it?
Honestly, I don't. I know it's been a standard look for a while, and they may have had some subtle tweaks to it, but
It looks like a number of World Series pennants all the way around it.
So maybe there's a significance in the number. Something to Google.
what I think's been really cool, obviously you see it out here, everybody in their hats and jerseys, but even since I arrived back from LA, in the airport, people flying out day after the World Series win, seeing it, gas stations, grocery stores, people are just breaking out their Astros gear to show the support.
And half of it's been purchased in the last 48 hours as we've done stories on KPRC Channel 2. But what's incredible, and I know you guys were watching the news this morning like I was, you know, a lot of these people have been here since 7, 8 o'clock in the morning to get that coveted front row spot to be able to take in the Astros. And for, you know, those of us who got here a little bit later than 7 or 8 in the morning, getting here was really an act of Congress. I mean, I count my lucky stars that we're all here today and in place, because this is nothing like the masses that were here. And the Rockets parade back in 94 and 95 was very well attended. But look at how much the city has grown since then.
And here we are, early in November already, with temperatures in the high 80s and a relative humidity almost to match.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
it feels like over 90 degrees out here right now, and these folks, as you say, have been here all day long. I mean, walking here, I was drenched with sweat.
Absolutely. And just getting in here, cutting through this crowd, the heat in between all these people, and that might be a bit of a concern as more people get behind us.
I really think it will be a problem.
If it was a bright sunny day, you'd be a little concerned.
Right.
Well, that's a good point,
We
Randy.
have some cloud cover,
That
thankfully.
is a great point, Randy.
Yeah.
Because if it was full sunshine, we'd have a problem here with all these children.
I just think when you look at all the sports teams, and we have such great followings with the Rockets, with the Texans, obviously, Dynamo. There's something about baseball. This is a great baseball city. It's a football town as well, and a basketball town when the playoffs roll around. there's something about baseball, I think, that draws the family a little bit more. There's no knock on any other sport at all, but baseball's America's pastime.
That's a great point, Randy.
It draws the kids, the parents, the grandparents, unlike other sports, I think. And I think that's one reason you see the turnout.
Yeah.
It offers a lot more value for a family. They can get to the ballpark for a reasonable amount.
Right.
There are a lot more ball games, of course, and that's part of the reason. But when they're home, you know, if they want to come in, there's an entry price they can afford. Bring the family.
And one story I've really enjoyed hearing over the days in that vein is, you know, people our age, 40s, 50s, 60s, who were children watching the Astros are now being able to finally see this with their children to take in a championship.
Means a lot.
You know, we've all been there as kids. I watched them in the Astrodome. It's a part of our fabric growing up here. And to be able to see this and now celebrate it with our families and our kids makes it very special.
I got a text from my dad moments after the World Series. I saw it later after Game 7, and we've been going to games since I was a little kid and diehard Astros fan, and he's been waiting for this as well. He's 80 years old. He's been seeing a lot of Astro games, and I could tell he was taken back by the emotional side of winning a Game 7 and finally winning a World Series.
It is a great generational story, and I remember going to Astros games in the Astrodome back in the early 70s. Back then they would have nickel beer nights, believe it or not. People would show up with trays and go buy, 10 beers for 50 cents and get back to their seats. By seventh inning stretch, you almost couldn't see the scoreboard.
This is the Astrodome, right?
They won every time,
Cold foam in the dome,
The
right?
coldest foam in the
dome.
Yeah, they say the coldest foam in the dome is on the roam. Better come get it before I take it on home.
So if beer was a nickel, what was a hot dog?
Yeah, that's
Oh, they were quarter?
Yeah.
Quarter,
That's a cheap night right there, isn't it?
Absolutely. Bag of peanuts, 35 cents.
Can't beat that.
What's a bag of peanuts now? $6?
$6-7 probably.
Unbelievable. That's inflation for you. A beer? I don't even know what a beer cost. $9?
9 or 10, yeah. I mean, you're talking. They get you. You better come ready to pay when you arrive at the ballpark. But that's the way it works.
No sporting event is
Now we do have dollar hot dog days here.
On Wednesdays during every home game Wednesdays during the season, I believe is their dollar hot dog night at Minute Maid Park.
No more nickel
Always
beer nights,
popular.
though.
What a great shot, guys, seeing our ladder truck here, 69, carrying the players, rounding the corner.
There's Carlos Correa right there.
Up front,
the very
number one.
front.
Look at the fans. So this is toward the end of the route now.
What a story with Correa and some of these guys. Here's Correa, who was drafted in 2012, coming out of high school in Puerto Rico, and he moved up the ranks quickly. Also in that same draft, 2012, was Lance McCullers.
Right.
And that's what took Craig Biggio back. He said, look at all these guys on our field right now. These are all from the pipeline. We drafted a lot of these guys, not all of them, but a lot of these guys have come through the ranks. And when you draft, you roll the dice, hoping that they could pay off and become major contributors, lead you to a World Series. Sure enough, several of the Astros have.
And speaking of Correa, Bill, what's your saying when a guy gets engaged?
You mean about the best time and the worst time in a man's life? We'll get to that, Dave. But back to Biggio. Biggio was a kid when he started on this.
He was. He came out of Seton Hall early, and remember he was a catcher initially in his career, but he was one that kind of moved up quickly as well. Before you knew it, he was in the big league.
Yeah.
And my first spring training, when I was working at Beaumont, was 1991 in Kissimmee, Florida, and 92, and that's when Bagwell arrived.
Yeah.
And he had the mullet haircut. They got him from Boston. Little did we know, you're looking at two Hall of Famers right there.
Right.
And now they have statues outside of Minute Maid Park.
And they're still very close with the team.
Oh,
both
they're
Bagwell
very
and
well
Biggio.
connected. And
Yeah.
they better make room for some more statues because you've got players, superstars on this team. You got Bagwell, Biggio there now. You might as well get an Altuve ready down the road, but he's only 28 years old. He got a lot of baseball
And I
left.
can't wait to see some shots of those guys because we know they're here today taking this in, and they'll probably be behind us here at City Hall. But the pride that they're feeling in a brotherly way for their younger brothers here, these Houston Astros who are now World Series champs, it just has to be overwhelming.
Back to what you were talking earlier, I like to joke that the greatest tragedy in a man's life is when he meets the right woman at the wrong time. And the greatest tragedy for a woman is when she meets the wrong man at the right time. But in the case of Carlos
and Daniela,
no,
I think it's
perfect.
right.
Yeah, that's a marriage made in heaven. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
You feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Randy covering the citywide celebration of the Houston Astros. Big parade downtown. I don't know, at least 500,000 people here.
At least.
Could be a lot more. I don't know.
We'll be excited to hear once they tally that number up. It feels like a majority of the city of Houston took a day off, came downtown, and they've been a part of the most incredible, noisy, celebratory environment we've ever seen. We're here at the Reflection Pond at City Hall.
The crowd behind us, when they start to cheer, I feel this little stage we're on start to shake. I mean, you can feel the vibration of it just from them cheering.
And just
It's
wait
gonna
till
get really
wait till
loud
this
when-
starts.
Oh, I know.
When everybody starts talking.
Celebration. This is where it ends.
They'll introduce each player. I imagine they're going to take breaks because the crowd's going to be cheering so loud when an Altuve comes to the podium and speaks today.
Yeah, Keith Garvin is strategically located where we're going to be able to see them, I think, get off the truck. Keith.
Yeah, a little loud out here, as you might imagine. We're at Smith and Pieces toward the end of the route, but they're saving the best for last because here comes the Astros. All those fire trucks coming right down Smith toward Peace. This crowd is excited as they've been excited the whole day, the whole route. The Astros are being led by HPD, their mounted patrol. I can see George Springer there on the left, on the would be the left-hand side of your screen there. He is saluting the crowd, talking with the crowd. Everybody out here is just excited. They've had some confetti out here every couple of minutes. I know when the Astros come through, we're going to see some more of that confetti. But see the officers coming through to make way for the fire trucks. Mounted Patrol is leading the way. Just an amazing day out here in downtown Houston. Weather couldn't have been better for this particular occasion. And the crowd is just loving this. You know, I mean, this is just something that Houston obviously has waited for more than 50 years. You can hear the crowd chanting Astros right now as they get closer. Right now on one side, I see Carlos Correa. He's on the left-hand side. And they have the mayor Sylvester Turner is right there in the middle. right there in the middle, and then George Springer is on the other side. You know, Sylvester Turner has supported the Astros all season long. He was talking about that great watch party he had for Game 7. You can see Correa, the mayor, George Springer, they are loving this right now. You got Dallas Keuchel. Dallas Keuchel is holding up the trophy. I see Bregman, some of the other players. And they're stopping right now for a moment, just for a moment, so they can interact with the crowd. And my goodness, you see the confetti. You can see the confetti. What an amazing moment right now for the city of Houston. Just let you guys take it in for a moment. I'm going to shut up for half a second. I'm going to let you guys take this in. Was that this first fire truck with Correa, with the mayor, with Springer, moving on? But I just wanted to shut up just so you guys could take that in. For everybody who's watching at home, just wanted you all to be able to feel what it was like for these Astros to be saluted and honored by this crowd, these proud Houstonians. You know, for the last couple of months, we've been looking toward this team for so much inspiration. We got another fire truck coming. Let's turn back around here, get another shot of the second fire truck. Crowd getting, I see Evan Gaddis, see Lance McCullers Jr., who started this past game, Game 7, to help the Astros win their very first World Series. Fires, one of the relievers is there, Derek Fisher, who scored that winning run in that 13-12 amazing extra inning game. So many other, now I see Gaddis, I see Harris County Judge Ed Emmett on the back of this particular fire truck as they go ahead and move on by. And we got one more. We got one more coming through. We got family members, members of the organization, more of your Astros there being saluted by this crowd. I see Musgrove, one of the pitchers there, Davinsky, he came in that Game 7. Hoyt as well, and I think we have another fire truck and two more buses behind us, but we're getting a look there at the three fire trucks that have passed by already. And again, just an amazing scene out here. People of Houston, this is the very end of the parade route, or close to the end, before they head on to City Hall for that big rally. From where I can see, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but there's a walkway, there's a sky bridge that goes across Smith Street here, and people are inside, lined up inside of that sky bridge as well, just checking this whole thing out. And we have another fire truck. We have another fire truck. Oh, that's one of the famous Astros there. Mr. Cruz, from back in the 70s and the 80s, very beloved Houston Astro. He was saluted by the crowd. And I think the majority of the players on the current team have gone by. The rest of these folks are wonderful law enforcement members and members of the fire department. And I think we also have family members as well. And they're listen up, they're leading the chant, Houston Astros and Houston Strong. Houston Strong is the chant. Houston Strong is the chant. And those are family members because, my goodness, can you imagine if your son or brother or husband won the World Series and there was going to be a parade, you would want to take part in it as well. And so, just an amazing sight here. Again, we're at Smith and Peace. This is toward the end of the parade route before they continue on to City Hall for that big rally there. And more folks here. Some of these are part of different organizations and companies and industry throughout Houston. These folks who are walking here are part of the Houston Methodist system. We got another bus coming through. I'm gonna try to see if I can identify some of the faces here. Oh yeah, Carlos Beltran. Carlos Beltran right there, right up front. some of the other, looks like more family members, some coaches. We got Liriano, Francisco Liriano, the reliever. He came in for a couple of pitches in that last game. More family members here coming on through. Just the confetti's falling. The confetti is falling, folks. This is just a great sight, such an amazing sight to see for the city of Houston. These great players, this great organization for what is really, really a great city. We have a band coming through right now. They're doing their thing. And, you know, everybody in Astros gear, Houston strong, Houston Astros gear. And, you know, this is what you want the city to feel like on a regular basis. You know, so I hope our Astros aren't done. I hope we get a few more World Series titles, and maybe some of our other teams get some titles as well. Because it feels good to be a winner. It feels good to be a winner, most definitely. Got some other folks, perhaps members of the. I think these folks work for Metro, and they were able to get in on the parade because I think in this parade they want to honor so many other aspects of the city as well. So we've seen folks in the medical industry. We've seen folks with Metro. We've of course seen our police officers and our fire department as well. And so this is a parade that obviously is honoring our Astros, but it's about our city. It's about the city as well. And so just an amazing sight to see. And we are coming to the end of the parade because as you can see, those officers right there are now starting to allow people to come into the street. And so this is the end of the parade, but they saved the best for last because these Astros were still hyped up, these Astros were still excited, and the crowd was excited as well. And so these officers are leading a group of very proud Astros fans as they come through the streets. Let you listen to them. We're gonna let you guys take this all in. I'm gonna toss it back to you. You can stay on the camera as long as you want to. It's a little tough hearing you because it's pretty loud as you might imagine. But what a scene, what a sight for the city of Houston.
It's been great. I'm sure everything you said was great. I think I caught every fifth word. Thank you, Keith. You're awesome.
You know, normally at the end of a parade, you see the pooper scoopers because they're horses, but there were no horses in this parade, so it's safe for all the fans to walk on the street down here to City Hall. This is the Whitehall Hotel, the last part of the parade, the end of the parade route where Keith Garvin's been reporting. Now the team is making its way here to City Hall on the 4 ladder truck. I think I counted 4 ladder trucks. Don't play with matches at home until these guys get off these things and the ladder truck get back to their station.
Fire stations, yep. And so here's where everybody is winding up. You're looking at the stage here at City Hall. The band has been playing, entertaining the crowd.
A great band, by the way.
Oh, they're fantastic. They're doing all these great cover songs. So I'm loving where we are. And now they're starting to give some messages about the Astros, getting the crowd all riled up. But this is where everybody is coming now. So this is basically phase 2 of the parade and the party in downtown Houston. So as soon as everybody gathers and collects here, we're going to be hearing from our governor, our lieutenant governor, our mayor, and then we're going to hear from the team. And so it's going to be such an incredible celebration. Of course, everybody is staying. It's just getting thicker and more dense with people because everybody wants to stay and they want to hear what our team members have to say. So I can tell you there are thousands of people here now, and somehow they're going to get more in this area. It's really a sight to see.
I don't know how we've got as many as we do right now. We're standing right at the back door of City Hall, right in front of the reflection pond. Helicopter shot here shows you part of the crowd, but the real story is going to be here at City Hall as soon as these fire trucks with the team arrive and the players start to get off and get their way, make their way onto the stage here.
When they come out, I would expect George Springer should be leading them out. He'll probably be holding the trophy.
Yep, that would make sense.
Yeah. So we're back on camera here, and right behind us is the stage, and then all the fans here. Look, there was a sign that says, "Wish you were broadcasting this."
Milo Hamilton.
Oh, wow.
Holy Toledo, he missed it. Oh, my God, what a heartbreaker.
That's a great song. We love your sign.
That's a great.
Holy Toledo!
Okay. Of course, you're not be able to see this at home because we're not looking at it on the camera, but right behind us.
There it is. There it is.
See that? Wish you were here broadcasting this, Milo Hamilton.
Let's see if we can focus on it. Perfect. Good job. Good job.
And right next to it, look at the little boy with the big orange hat on. Reminds me of the Lovely Blue Days when those were.
That, back then they had the pom-poms working as well.
My son got one of those at a game and he wore it for Halloween. There you go. You're the perfect Astros fan.
Yeah, that was a perfect Halloween costume.
It was. What else do you want to be?
Everybody was going as an Astros fan. Look at the crowd behind us. This is where you can't see the reflection pond right now for all the people who are standing around it. And everybody who at the end of the parade route, they got into the parade route, became the parade, and they'll all end up here. I don't know what that's going to look like when you get everybody who attended this parade here at City Hall trying to get a glimpse of the crowd.
Got Cool and the Gang celebration playing behind us. Everybody's doing the wave. All I have to say is there's a breeze coming from somewhere.
Oh, it feels
really,
good,
really
doesn't
thankful
it?
for
It really
because
does feel
we're
good.
concerned with the number of people who are behind us.
We're spilling over into the street over here by our live truck. You can't get in anymore.
When you saw Keith's report at the White House Hotel and the fire truck went by, that's 8 blocks from City Hall. I know because I walked it. And so the trucks are going to be here momentarily, and then the team will start to get off the trucks and go up on that stage. And then we've got a camera that's positioned there, so we'll be able to show you everything that happens when they get here. Listen to the perennial.
This is like the parade song. This is the wedding song.
Yeah.
This is the everything song.
Oh yeah, there's a party going on right here.
So basically what they're showing on the Jumbotron, and I don't know if you can see it, they're showing the end of the parade. So the end of the parade still has the players on the fire trucks, and it's showing everybody as they wrap up and will eventually make their way here.
I think that's one of the team trucks
on Smith Street.
It could be them arriving at the end or maybe closer to City Hall. I thought they would be at City Hall by now, but maybe not.
They're very close, I'll tell you that. And the camera you're looking at now is a static camera. It's on the camera platform there where all the static cameras are located for the end of the parade festivities. So we can't pan over, but as Dominique said, the 2 Jumbotrons that are on either side show the fire trucks with the team arriving. They're just going through that skywalk about 2 blocks in here.
Everybody fired up. They are ready to hear their Astros speak. Some exciting things have happened. Obviously, Carlos Correa got engaged to his beautiful girlfriend, Daniela Rodriguez. If you caught it this morning, they were on the Today Show with Matt and Savannah. It was a really special moment. They did it via Skype, and those two are just beaming with love and pride, and the city is just giving them a big old hug right now.
That was a genuine surprise.
It really was.
Yeah, she was caught off guard.
She wasn't expecting that.
I don't know if he got into it on the Today Show, but after the game, we had him live on our postgame show, and he went in the top of the 9th inning. If we have that top of the 9th inning, he went in and told the clubhouse attendant
to get the ring?
Get the ring ready. I think we're going to win this thing. So they brought it out. So, Daniel, what do we pitch it to? Okay, we have the Today Show.
Here's the clip of the Today Show. I'm so happy, so we get to show this to you.
Carlos, walk us through how long had that proposal plan been in the works?
Well, it's been for a month or so. I really wanted to do it. I was waiting for the right time to do it. I knew we had championship potential in our team, so I was waiting it out, and we were able to win. So for me, that was plan A. I'm glad plan A worked because I didn't have a plan B. So.
That's good. Daniela, you look genuinely surprised. Were you?
I honestly was. It was something that I never imagined him doing, especially there. You know, he was so focused on all those games that when he just got down on knee, I absolutely cried.
The only thing I would talk about during those days was baseball. It was Game 7. I was laser focused on just playing baseball that she would have never thought that I was going to propose at that point.
Well, we all saw the size of that ring, Carlos. Was it in your pocket during the 9th inning at some point during the game?
No, it would have been a good story if I said I had it throughout the whole game, but I didn't. The box was way too big for the pocket, but
it was large. You might have tried to turn 2 with the ring rather than the ball.
and I could not slide with it in my back pocket. But in the 9th inning, I went in the clubhouse and I told the club, I don't want to jinx anything, but if we get 3 outs, bring me my ring. Make sure you don't lose.
That's great.
Never a doubt. Not, if you had lost Game 7, was there a plan B? You said there was not?
I guess let's go to the beach or something.
Guys, listen, congratulations. A heartwarming story, both for you personally, for the engagement. Carlos, for you and your teammates in the city of Houston. We're so happy for you guys. God bless you. Thanks for joining us this morning.
That was such a great moment, and I'm glad we were able to bring that to you this afternoon.
Carlos and Daniela Skyping into the Today Show this morning. That was a great interview.
So cool.
What I liked was when he said, no, I didn't have the ring in my pocket. It's too big for the pocket.
Could you imagine?
I don't know.
Excuse me.
I haven't heard
the shortstop.
I haven't heard the carat weight of this diamond, but I have heard that the estimated price is about $75,000.
That's what I already heard. The carat's about 3 carat at least for the center cut, not to mention the surrounding stones. I'm all over that.
You got the details, don't you?
They called all the surrounding stones the halo.
The halo of, I guess, the princess cut.
Well, she was showing it off when we were interviewed the other night, and her hand was just shaking like that. I mean, she was definitely taken back and grinning from ear to
Oh, it's
ear.
such a great, it's a great story.
Yeah.
You saw, I don't know if you saw in the fire truck a while ago, she's kind of leaning over right now.
Right, she's going to have to build up her left bicep a little bit.
All right, so we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to our citywide coverage of the Houston Astros parade downtown from our Sky 2 helicopter. Team just about to make its way to City Hall here, where a stage has been set up to receive them, and all the other folks will be talking after this parade.
And B, you just mentioned that should happen around 3:20. So if everything sticks according to the schedule, it's about 7 minutes away from where we are right now. A lot of people still making their way. Some people leaving the downtown area, but many are trying to get as close as they can to City Hall to be able to hear their Astros players and to be a part of this post-party.
Well, it'd be better for the folks who are not here now to try and get in their cars and get out of the
Watch it from their
downtown area,
homes.
because everybody tries to leave at once. It's going to be a real mess.
Yeah. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people probably made their way into downtown. We'll get that number a little bit later, but this was the biggest crowd imaginable, and they anticipated 500,000 people.
Timing for this parade couldn't have been better. I mean, the World Series ending as it did on Wednesday.
Perfect, because they're not going to do it on a weekend.
No,
it was either going
can't
to be
do it on
today
a
or
weekend.
Monday.
Right,
probably.
Friday's a perfect time for it.
Yeah,
And
the weekend started early.
look, here comes the truck rounding the corner here. The first of the trucks carrying the team. I believe I counted 3 or 4 ladder trucks. And then there's another fire vehicle behind that carrying team members and their families.
Yeah,
as
fourth
well.
one I know Carlos Beltran was on.
The fourth one, yeah.
Let's see who's on this one here.
If that's the first, it should be Correa, right?
That
to
is
the left.
the first one.
Correa, I believe there is on the, if you're looking at it, front left.
Yeah.
I believe that's Correa.
Yeah, number 1?
Yep.
Yeah, that's him.
And I'm not sure who else is on his bus, or his fire truck.
When you hear the crowd start to roar behind us, you'll know that they have arrived at City Hall, because they can see the top of the truck from where they're standing.
Right, so we'll know, you're right, by the noise level as to how close they are. But this is toward the end of the parade route now.
This is the proverbial calm before the storm.
Yes.
Here.
86 degrees outside this November day.
Here comes the truck. Look,
you see
the
it?
lights?
Yep. Okay, so they're just pulling up right behind City Hall, where they're on Bagby right now.
Yep.
You know what I've seen a lot of on social media?
What's that?
Say it one more time, Daniel. Oh, hashtag reminder of, I guess, thank you hashtag.
Oh, thank you, Astros. Yeah,
Thank you,
for any
Astros.
social media posts that you may be doing, don't forget to include that hashtag. And there are a few right now. Told his barber he wanted the Correa. Thank you. Thank you, Astros. Do you get Daniela?
Did you see the haircut that Derek was
Oh,
had
from
today?
Houston Life? That was genius.
Yeah, he had
the
it. He's
star
gonna have
cut
that
out
a
on the
while.
side of his head.
Yeah, you hear Correa's haircut, Lance McCullers has a haircut people like. No, what I was going to say, y'all probably know some social media too, what this playoff run has meant to all the Houstonians, many of which were not necessarily Astro fans, sports fans, but it's brought them in as well. And I've seen a lot of social media posts saying, I became a fan just during the playoffs, and now I'm forever going to be a fan.
And considering how the Astros played and the level of sportsmanship and competition that took place during those games, you're definitely right. There's some new baseball fans out
This
there.
is an easy team to like.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys get it done on the field. They're involved in the community. Jose Altuve is going to have a charity event tomorrow. He's had planned, and he's following through with that.
What we're looking at right now is the first fire truck with players has arrived. The police department is trying to figure out a way
To get them
to
here
make
now?
a hole through the crowd there to get the players up to the City Hall stage that's been set up here. So they're reconnoitering here, trying to figure out where's a good place to get them through the crowd and on to the stage.
Looks like that's Correa, I believe, holding up the trophy for the fans there.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for the rest of the security to get here to part the crowd and get the players up to the City Hall stage.
Yeah, they're getting closer to us.
Yeah, they're right alongside City Hall now.
You're right, and it's a matter of figuring out how to get the players in. So I'm sure that there are police officers ahead of this group
Here we go.
already creating that opening.
I think this is it right here.
Yeah.
I mentioned a while ago there were no horses. I see
found one.
two sheriff mounted patrol. And it looks like there's the team bus. As soon as they get through here, they'll get on that bus and probably go back to Minute Maid Park where all their cars are parked, where they've been this morning, and get home, start to celebrate in a personal and private way,
Absolutely.
having won the World Series.
I think I mentioned earlier, a group of them at least are heading to Orlando for the Disney parade tomorrow.
Right.
Right.
I don't know who's in that parade, but
I think
they're winning a world championship.
I think Disney invites the entire team, but I don't know that the entire team elects to go.
And a big thank you to our men and women in blue today.
They do a great
Alongside our
job.
fire trucks, are doing a great job. This is
Today
and every
day.
Every day. This is a big crowd. Like you said, it took 2 days to get this pulled together. And so far, everything has just gone without a hitch. It's been a beautiful celebration.
You know, George Springer is the most valuable player for the 2017 World Series, and one of the main reasons, I think, is because how this man was raised by his father. You interviewed right after the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That was one of the best interviews. We were both taken aback just by his words, his message. He's a genuine, wonderful human being.
I understand we've got a little bit of that interview. Are we tossing that now? If so, here's some of the interview with George Springer Jr. How proud are you of your son right now?
Enormously proud of him. He has really worked hard to develop his talents. He's worked hard to continuously try to make a positive contribution to the team. But it's not just about the X's and the O's. It's not just about the hits. It's not just about running the bases or catching balls.
Right.
It's about being a good person. It's about being a good teammate. And understanding that everybody has value. And the thing that I really enjoy most of watching him is how he makes everybody around him better.
People kind of feed off of his energy.
Yeah, and that goes for us too.
Yeah.
You know, as parents, you hope to set an example and you hope to be an inspiration for your children. But in this case, I could tell you that George routinely is an inspiration to me. He's an inspiration to my wife. He's an inspiration to my daughters, the way he comports himself.
Yeah.
He's a really remarkable young man. And somebody was asking me earlier that, you know, he won the MVP, and how does that make you feel? It makes me feel great. Obviously, that he made a significant contribution, but really what it means is that contribution was able to aid the team in winning. And it's a reflection of all the hard work, the effort, and frankly, the struggle. You know, you get knocked down, and he had his knockdowns during the series, and you get back up, because that's what life is.
Yeah.
And to see him work through that and see his resiliency, it's enough to make you real proud.
I want to ask you one question, and George has been very vocal, and he's really come out, you know, with his stuttering situation. He's come out and really had a platform to help a lot of people out there to come out and you know, address it, learn about it. How proud are you of that off the field from him, aside from what he's done on the field?
It's incredible. It took a lot of courage, you know, to do that individually. But part of what we tried to teach him growing up, aside from learning the techniques to try to help manage the stuttering, but is to recognize that this is who you are. This is what makes you special, and it's okay. And I think he's taken that message and tried to deliver that message very powerfully, using the platform that he has as a Major League Baseball player to talk to other kids. I can tell you that when he initially went public with the stuttering, like any parent, you want to protect him. And I had concerns. It's a tough world out there. And he said to me, he says, Dad, if there's one kid that I can help, it's worth it to me. It's not about me. Yeah, it's not about me. It's about those kids out there. And I'd like to think that over the years I've thought through a lot of things, and you know, these kids don't come with an instruction manual. You know, we're like any other parents. We're trying to figure it out as we go, try to make the right decisions, put them in the right situation so they can develop and grow as human beings. And you often don't fully appreciate the impact that you've had until it comes back to you in moments like that. And when he told me that that's what he wanted to do and the importance of what he wanted to do, I couldn't argue with it. I said, you're absolutely right, and we're going to do everything that we can to support you.
George Springer Jr., George Springer's dad, with a really inspirational message. I learned something about being a dad from listening to that interview.
Absolutely. You heard a little bit about him growing up, and he says he inspired me. I mean, he was talking about what George has done for he and his wife as well, and a touching story. And George talked a little bit about that today in his news conference there at Minute Maid Park, and true family affair with us.
Here we got the players and the families getting off the fire trucks at City Hall, making their way to the stage that's been set up right at the door of City Hall.
And we thank you for your tweets about our coverage and about our Astros and what the city is experiencing today. I guess you're feeling it. You're feeling the energy and the excitement that we're seeing here in downtown Houston. And the hashtag Thank You Astros. Keep on sharing, keep on posting. We appreciate you being a part of this community and giving us your 2 cents worth. You're watching us from Victoria. Thank you very much, Brian. Astros Parade. Thank you, Astros. There goes that hashtag. Watching the parade on TV, Jessica. Beautiful sight and moment. Well deserved. Houston strong. Awesome. Here's another from Prince Laura. This little Astros fan came from Beaumont to see the parade, and isn't she precious?
Anybody trying to tweet or social media message out of here?
Out of here, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah, you can't get a cell signal.
Yeah, I understand folks from MLB Network, Sportsnet Canada, they're picking up our KPRC feed and our coverage of this parade. So
that's great.
Hello to all the folks there in Canada.
And we thank you for the coverage.
We're going to tell you what it's all about. Yeah,
that's right. Somebody just tweeted Mattress Mac should get a World Series ring.
I saw that.
You know, a lot of people thought he should be the Grand Marshal of this parade, and I would agree with that.
I agree with you too.
And he has been he chartered a plane and flew a plane full of Houstonians to Dodger Stadium for Game 6.
Ryan Korsgaard was on that flight. Good coverage there with all the fans, and they went home after the game.
I'm on Instagram. I'm seeing KPRC got some posts out. I'm trying too.
There's a hashtag Thank You Astros. If you haven't done it already, Thank You Astros. Hashtag Thank You Astros. Anything you post, we'd love for y'all to do that.
We are celebrating Houston's champions here in downtown Houston. Astros getting off of the fire trucks, making their way into the reflection pond of City Hall where the stage is set to hear them speak and for the crowd to hear them one more time. You know, it's one thing hearing them talk during these news conferences, but it's another to see them right in front of you, to have this intimate experience that you, Randy, and sportscasters get to experience on a daily basis in your interaction with these players. It's very, very special for everybody who's watching them at home.
One of the great stories, I think, on this team, there's so many of them. Evan Gattis is one. He's been with the team now, 3 years. His road back to the major leagues, he's from Dallas, so he's a Texan, and I talked to him in the clubhouse, and he was taken back after that win the other night. But here's a guy who broke away from baseball to kind of collect his thoughts and kind of what he wanted to do in life, and he went back to baseball. He still had that passion and decided to dedicate himself to that and took care of some things off the field, and then his rise through the ranks. It was a great acquisition by the Astros 3 years ago. He's been another big piece to the championship puzzle this year.
Parade started at 2 o'clock this afternoon. It is now almost 3:30, 3:25, so about an hour and a half long parade put together at the very last minute. As we mentioned earlier.
Wow, okay, that's where we are. Look, there are people behind us in the reflection pond.
They're inside of it.
They're in the water.
Do you blame them? I mean, it's 86 degrees out here. I'm sure the feels like factor is up in the low 90s. And then when you're in the middle of that crowd, it probably feels like 100+ degrees.
Well, I'm glad there are a lot of people to witness what's going on here and take care of the kids that are in that pool, because you can drown in very little water. That's a very dangerous situation there. Hopefully their parents are watching them very, very closely.
Right. You can't see the pool from this shot, but it's right there in the middle of the crowd. But you definitely see how populated it is out here. Thousands of people are standing and waiting, many of whom have been here since the parade began. Some of these people were not standing along the parade route. They've been waiting for that coveted spot right there to be up against the stage, to be able to have that up-close and personal look at their Astros team.
The timeline had been 3:20 for this portion of the day's celebration to begin, and it looks like it's getting started right now at about 3:27.
Every once in a while, we hear this guy talking and pumping up the crowd. Here we go. There we go. I think he's bringing up Mayor Sylvester Turner now.
There we go. Introduced.
Council members coming on stage now. Everybody decked out in their orange and blue appropriately. Some in Astros gear, some not.
Yeah, we got the politicians walking up on stage.
That's a good indicator. Pretty soon we'll see some of the front office folks from the Astros making their way on stage as well, probably ahead of the players.
Jim Crane took a chance when he bought this team, and it didn't look like it was going to be a fruitful adventure for a while there.
Well, he came in, and Jeff Luno, the two of them sat down, and their staff said, "Listen, this is what we got to do to become a champion again. It's not working where we are. The minor league system was not developed, and they knew they had to act quickly to rebuild, and they stuck to their plan, Bill. A lot of people were ready to run them out of town already, but they stuck to their plan that said, be patient, and sure enough,
there's a reflection pool at City Hall right here. You can see the stage right in front of the pool at City Hall. People, as we pointed out earlier, are in the pool.
I think some of them are thinking, hey, I'm going to get a really good seat if I get wet.
You know, as long as I've been here, I've never seen a human being in the City Hall reflection pool, and until today.
It was the first for everything. So I'm guessing our players are going to come through the doors, the front doors of City Hall, that they're getting them in the backside of City Hall, because there's no way to cut them through on any of these side streets to get them to that stage.
Well, I would agree with you, except that the city council members came up the side, and, you know, if anybody's going to make a grand entrance to City Hall, it's going to be the politicians. They're all posing for photographs with the crowd behind them there. The city council members are.
Just don't forget, hashtag thank you Astros.
Look at the crowd.
Boy, it's amazing. Orange, blue, and white amid the shade trees, and I bet they are thankful to find some shade today. Actually, we're pretty lucky. It's been a mostly cloudy day.
Huge blessing, really.
A huge blessing, considering how hot and muggy it is outside. Not normal for this time of year, but you know what? We'll take it. Not normal to have an Astros victory parade either. It took 56 years to get here, so at this point, we don't care what the weather is like.
We'll deal with it. Rain stayed away. That was great.
Crowd eagerly awaiting the arrival of the team here on the City Hall stage. I don't know if there's much room on that stage for any more politicians, if we're going to get any of the team on here.
Yeah, only a few chairs up there. They'll be standing. I don't know how many Astros will actually talk.
Astros fans taking a little dip, looking for a cool spot to take in this celebration that's going to take place on the stage not long from now. A little bit behind schedule if they were planning on getting on stage at 3:20. So, all right, 10 minutes passed. Looks like there's a little game of something going on in the reflection pond. You know, we've got these inflatable baseballs. Randy's holding one right now. And they've been passed out in the crowd, so there's a good chance some of those are getting tossed around too. As this party continues, up on the stage, the band is playing. Introductions are being made. So far, we just have city council members who have made it on stage, and Mayor Sylvester Turner. And I'm sure we'll be hearing from our mayor first if I were a betting person.
Now that's almost a lead pipe cinch. Mayor has been a great supporter of the team. He has faced a lot of challenges here in the past couple of months. And to see our home team bring home a World Series trophy is a tremendous balm for the city of Houston. Really helps in the healing process.
And it's really a combination of an Astros win, and as you see on that inflatable ball, Houston strong. It's these two things that have merged because of what's happened almost back-to-back. The incredible loss and suffering that we've had and this incredible victory and celebration.
Our Houston Life anchors, Derek and Courtney, are standing by ready to provide some coverage as well. Hey, guys. We can hear them. Derek and Courtney are here to be seen and not heard, apparently. But we'll get back to them in a little while. Team has arrived here at City Hall, making their way to the stage. Celebration scheduled to begin about 12 minutes ago, running a little bit behind. Parade lasted about an hour and a half. It was a very nice parade,
It was a great parade. We had a little bit of everything and everybody involved. We had marching bands, we had Orbit, we had the players. We had everything except for horses, like you mentioned. But,
That's right.
But that kept our streets clean, so cleanup won't be a problem today.
That's right. What's going to be a problem is getting all this confetti up. I have a feeling that confetti is going to be around
a big
for a week.
cleanup.
Until it cleans itself up.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah.
There's a souvenir.
I want to keep holding on to that.
I'm holding on to
Piece of
this.
history
This
there.
is memorabilia. And then, like I said, we've got our Astros
Inflatables, yeah, we've been
ball.
throwing these out to the crowd.
Yeah, these things have been up in the air behind us for quite a while. Let's see if we
Matter
can
of fact, let's give one away
get
here.
this one going.
Well,
here.
guys, ready?
Get it up. Get it up.
Put it up.
There we go.
There we go.
There you go. That's what they're for.
I can't believe we have parade favors. We're so cheap, we never do.
How about that? We got it. Got these nice shirts, too.
They've been handed out along the parade route today.
Right.
Yeah, they've been handing these out, these inflatables. I think they're running out. I don't know how many we've got left, but a lot of people want their hands on them, that's for sure. Hey, I want to give a shout out to, I don't know who all was involved beyond the Astros, but the fact they opened up Minute Maid Park for fans to be
so
able to
great.
take it in, and especially these last few games. They did it several times, I think, during the ALCS as well, but definitely during the World Series. Great move, I think, to get the fans in one location, and what a scene that was.
Now, every time I saw it, all I saw was fans, but they didn't open up the entire
I don't believe so. A good portion of it, though, especially those last couple of
Yes,
games.
and it's because of the location of the Jumbotron, so
Right.
they basically had those seats open that faced it directly, but it still was a good chunk of seats.
And it went from the field all the way up to the top.
Right.
too.
A lot of people showed up.
And
Big commitment.
At the end, they gave out more passes than they had planned because so many people wanted to get in.
So it looks like they are using City Hall as a way for people to get through, the way everybody's lined up. So we'll see who comes out the doors. We're waiting. Doors are opening. So far, we've got our elected officials, local elected officials on the stage right now.
See some of the social media posts coming in again. Add hashtag Thank You Astros. Anything you do? Pictures or comments, those are flowing in as we speak.
Thank you, Carol Ann Preston, for your tweet. We thank all of you. It's great to see the energy and the support. That one thing that's very different between now and 2005, when our Astros were competing in the World Series, is the level of social media and how well we are all connected and how well fans are connected to the players, because they're very active on social media. And so, even Jose Altuve was joking that his Instagram account was blowing up the other night because he's found newfound fame. It's unbelievable.
Something like 625,000.
You know what I thought's cool too is during this run, and the team players for the Astros are friends with players of the Texans, like JJ, some of the other guys, the Rockets players. They're all stepping in and giving shout-outs to the Astros, and vice versa. When the Texans are in the playoffs, these guys do the same thing. It's one family of the sports scene here.
Yeah, social media has connected everybody in that way. So, as we sometimes talk about the perils of social media, there's definitely an upside.
Well, we'd probably be posting on social media too right now if we could, but can't get a cell phone
I'm
signal.
still trying. I'm still trying to post my video.
There's Bud B in the orange shirt there.
Oh, we got Bud B. Probably
B's
one of the biggest Astros fans
Oh,
out
he loves the
there.
Astros.
See, he's rolling video. Hey, Bud, good luck getting that out. It's going to take a while.
He'd probably get a new song out there too, the
Right.
Astros theme, huh? I think he could do that.
Famous local rapper right up there on the stage.
Crowd shots for you. Crowd continuing to build. On the backside of City Hall. People are filing in. They're getting as close as they possibly can.
Sun's starting to come out here. You can see the crowd illuminated by the sun. The clouds are broken and the sun is coming out here after parade ended.
Not necessarily a good thing, though,
Not
considering how
necessarily a
hot.
good thing, no.
A lot of people in the reflection pond. A, it's cool, and B, you can get a little bit closer. Here we go, a fan watching from New York. Thank you, Stacy Pittman, for your tweet. Everybody's on social media right now. They're either watching this on television, they're physically here at the parade.
I think they're waiting for all of the participants to arrive before they bring everyone out on the stage. There were about 5 fire vehicles carrying the team and their families. And until they all get offloaded here at City Hall, I don't think we're going to get underway. It's about 20 minutes beyond the timeline for this to get started. It's okay, we got all day.
That's right.
No rush.
We're here until 7 o'clock tonight, not going anywhere. So whenever they get going, we're here to cover it. Right now you're hearing Queen, We Are the Champions. Perfect song.
Oh, absolutely.
And the crowd is chiming in.
Something's happening.
Hopefully in the next few minutes we'll see the Astros arrive on stage. I would think they're unloaded now. And what, 3 or 4 buses that arrived on the backside of City Hall.
I think they'll be loading onto those buses as soon as this part of the program has ended. They'll go back to Minute Maid Park, as we mentioned earlier, where the team has met earlier this morning and parked their cars. They were bused here then and then got on the fire truck to start this parade. Started and ended here. I don't think they can get one more human being into this
They're
area.
trying.
Right
I still see some people trying to make their way in. Everybody, of course, singing We Are the Champions. Great song to sing as a group, and boy, this is one big group. Thousands of people out here at City Hall waiting at the ready for someone to step up to that podium.
Look at the people in the trees. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah,
Every single tree here at City Hall has got somebody sitting in it to try and get a bird's eye view of the podium here at City Hall. That porta potty looks like it's about to cave in.
You're
There's
right,
so many
it
people
is.
on it. Here we go. Program about to get started here.
Well, this would be the appropriate song to lead into the program.
Look at that crowd. Wow.
Well,
Everybody on the parade route in front of us, they've got a nice view as well. They come to the railing and watch this unfold.
You know, after Game 6, there were a lot of people who still believed it could happen, but afraid it wouldn't. And then the jubilation after Game 7, very apparent here right now.
now I feel like we're at an Astros game, right, with a chance.
They may keep this going.
They should. That's what it's all about. Astros fans in droves. Here's our stage.
The hashtags have been interesting. Earn it, hashtag earn it, hashtag Houston Strong, our hashtag thank you Houston Astros.
We need a lot of doors right there.
Here we go.
It's a big close here.
There's Orbit on the stage, so we're getting close. If you got the mascot, the players can't be far behind.
He's trying to get some noise going.
Oh yeah, fire
There
him
we
up.
go. That's the, bring the volume up.
He looks like an Aggie yell leader up there.
Here we go.
What do you call these women? They're the ones who throw T-shirts.
Yeah,
out
they're
at
on
the
top
game.
of the dugouts. I'm going blank on their name.
They're not.
at every
Wouldn't
home
be
game.
anything like the Astros cheerleaders, would
No,
it?
they're not cheerleaders.
They're facilitators in a sense because they get the crowd going.
Shooting stars.
The shooting stars.
We're almost there, y'all.
Throw T-shirts out to the crowd, generate excitement.
Let's see if they're bearing any gifts today to throw out to this crowd.
Ooh, man, I don't know if I do that. Might get rushed. The stage might get rushed.
Might get a little crazy.
Let's go Astros.
Okay, so you got Orbit up there, the shooting stars. The Stars themselves could follow soon.
And they're getting the chant going again here. I can't wait to see the reaction when these players actually hit stage and you can look out. I mean, they saw so many of them on the parade route, but you're going to be on stage looking out to this crowd.
I'm still trying to get video out on social media. It may be tomorrow.
Eventually.
It's going to be old news.
And more people making their way onto the stage here, trying to build the momentum, the excitement here for when the team itself comes up on stage. Beautiful day for this. I mean, it has been just a gorgeous day. A little bit warm, a little bit muggy, a little humid, but just beautiful.
Well, there was a 20% chance of rain today, so we are very lucky that so far that has held off. That's usually a random shower. That's the weatherman or woman just, you know, it's an insurance policy, that 20%.
We might welcome that after a while here. A little bit of a sprinkle wouldn't be bad.
We're going to celebrate today.
Who's your governor? Texas Governor Greg Abbott, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee.
Mayor Sylvester Turner will probably be the first to speak. Ooh, look at the banner.
Big old World Series champs. Big flag. Orbit firing everybody up.
You know, he's usually much more successful in this. People want to see this team.
I think they've waited, many of them, what, 8 or 9 hours?
Yeah, they want to see the team.
They're hot and ready.
They want to see that trophy.
Speaking of hot, can you imagine the poor person inside that?
Oh, man. Lose a little bit of weight today during this parade, huh?
He does that at a ball game, and you can barely hear. He's doing it here, and they're saying, now bring me the players.
We love the Astros, y'all.
I say he. Orbit could be a she, for all we know.
You never know. 3:45 on a Friday. A half work, half school Friday, if that. Feels like everybody from the city of Houston tried to make their way into downtown Houston today. And if not, you are perched comfortably on your couch or chair at home. And we are so grateful that you're joining us for this live coverage of our Astros victory parade and now celebration here at City Hall.
This will blend right into our 4 o'clock newscast in about 15 minutes from now. And cover that newscast. We'll be on the air throughout all of our newscasts, 4, 5, 6, until 7 o'clock this evening. And then we'll recap it all for you tonight at 10 o'clock. Got a Sports Friday tonight, too, don't you?
Yeah, I've got back to high school football tonight.
Who are the teams?
If I can ever get back to, I may need a chopper to get back to Rosenberg to get out of here.
High above.
Yeah, we got Angleton and Foster tonight, our game of the week. So I'll be there at 10 o'clock tonight.
We'll be right there with you. Crowd growing impatient to see the team. You can tell because Orbit can't get him going. Look at him try.
Yeah.
He gesticulates like that in a ballpark and everybody goes crazy.
That's right.
Here, not so much.
I'm feeling Orbit's going to be a busy guy in the offseason. I think every school in Houston is going to want him to pay a visit.
Harris County Judge Ed Emmett, Mayor Sylvester Turner, our governor. We're waiting. I see a microphone. There's some announcing going on right now.
Mayor looks like, what are we waiting on here?
Let's do this.
Mayor obviously waiting for the high sign from someone to get this thing underway. Got the team
That's
all
the team
lined up
members
here.
right there.
Yep, there they are.
There's owner Jim Crane on the left of your screen there.
Right. All the
Proud day for
players
him.
are on the steps to City Hall, which is directly behind the podium.
You think they're going
Backdrop.
to, you see that wall of paper, is that going to,
Here we go.
are they going to tell that down to the team to come through? Is that what's going to happen or not?
Astros World Series Championship Rally begins with a man who kept us Houston strong all summer long, the mayor, Sylvester Turner. The governor of the greatest state in the nation, and for the first time ever, a World Series championship state, the Honorable Greg Abbott. Lieutenant Governor of the Lone Star State, Texas, our Texas, the Honorable Dan Patrick. Also like to introduce the Honorable Senator Ted Cruz. Sheila Jackson Lee. And Judge Ed Emmett. Now the man who took over this Astros team about 6 years ago, beginning in 2012, the owner and the chairman of your World Series champion Houston Astros, Jim Crane. In his third season as the manager of your Astros, he brought home a title, A.J. Hinch. Behind every great manager is a great, hard-working coaching staff. Here are your coaches for your 2017 champion Astros. Bench coach, Alex Correa. Hitting coach, Dave Hudgen. First base coach, Rich Dower. Third base coach, Gary Pettis. Assistant hitting coach, Alonzo Powell. Pitching coach, Brent Strong. Bullpen coach, Craig Bjornson. Bullpen catcher, Javier Bracamonte. Bullpen catcher, Carlos Munoz. And coach, Alex Centrone. Now, to welcome the players. Number 3, Cameron Maben. Number 6, Jake Marisnik. Number 13, Tyler White. Winning his first world championship in his 20th season in baseball. Number 15, Carlos Beltran. Number 21, Derek Fisher. Number 30, Juan Centeno. Number 31, Colin McHugh. Number 36, Will Harris. Number 41, Brad Peacock. Number 43, Lance McCullers. Number 44, Luke Gregerson. Number 45, Michael Feliz. Number 46, Francisco Lariano. Number 47, Chris Davinsky. The man who saved Game 7 of the World Series, number 50, Charlie Morton. Number 51, James Hoyt. Number 53, Ken Giles. Number 54, Mike Byers. Number 58, Francis Martez. And number 59, Joe Musgrove. Now, for your 2017 starters, the catcher, number 16, Brian McCann. He played everywhere. He led the team in RBIs. Number 9, Marwin Gonzalez. Your DH, number 11, Evan Gaddis. We only need one word next for the next guy. Let's hear it for Josh Reddick. Number 10, Yuli Gurriel. How many big hits did this guy have? Number 2, Alex Bregman. The only guy with 2 rings for Game 7 of the World Series, Carlos Correa. Three simple words, MVP, Jose Altuve. He's been with the Astros for the last 5 years, started Game 1 of the ALCS and the World Series. The big lefty, Dallas Keuchel. To win Game 2, there were a lot of big stars. He hit the home run to win it in Game 2. Then he hit one in Game 3, Game 4, Game 5, Game 7. The World Series MVP, George Springer. Your 2017 World Series champion Astros.
Will you do me a favor? Hand me that bag down there, that black bag.
They need to let
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could please ask you to remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem. We welcome to the stage special guest from the Grammy Award-winning Little Old Band from Texas, Mr. Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top.
Say, can you what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you, Billy. Thank you, backup singers. That was beautiful. It is now time. My privilege to introduce the mayor that started out the year with the best Super Bowl the country's ever seen, dealt with the worst weather occurrence in history, now the leader of the city that boasts your 2017 World Series champions. With his leadership, the city gets stronger every day. Let's give it up for the mayor, the Honorable Sylvester Turner.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. What a terrific day this is for the city of Houston. On this day, because of the Houston Astros, we have people here in our city from the federal, state, county, and local level. As a tribute to what the Astros have done, give it up to the Houston Astros one more time. Let me start off first by thanking Jim Crane. Jim Crane invested in this team, took ownership of this team several years ago, and look where we are today. Jim, we cannot thank you enough. You and your entire organization. Give it up to Jim Crane. Lastly, what I will say is that when the city needed a pickup, when the city needed someone to elevate us to another level, the Houston Astros stepped in. On the first Saturday immediately following the hurricane, the Astros came home. They played against the New York Mets on that Saturday. They won a doubleheader, and they have not stopped since. Boston didn't stop them. The New York Yankees didn't stop them. LA didn't stop them. And now we are here today. And so let me just say, because the Houston Astros, city of Houston in their hearts, because they carried them on the field. Now we have had the largest parade this city has ever seen in his history. Jim, if you'll come forward. Jim, where's you? There you are. Jim, let me just say on behalf of members of the Houston City Council and all members of the Houston City Council are here. On behalf of the members of Houston City Council, on behalf of 2.3 million Houstonians, but on behalf of folk all in this region, therefore I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proclaim November 3rd, 2017 as Houston Astro Day in the city of Houston. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Crane.
Thank you very much, Mayor. You know, you fans have been great all season. Gave us the extra little kick to get over the edge. The region, the state, everybody got in behind our guys. The Houston Strong on the uniforms really helped the guys get over the edge. But we've got a great team. These guys worked hard all year. The staff has done a heck of a job behind these guys. And, you know, Jeff Lunell built the team really from scratch and, you know, designed our plan and executed the plan and AJ took over and managed the heck out of it. But I really want to thank all these guys' hard work, all the entire staff. You guys did a great job. We love you all. Thank you.
Now we'd like to welcome into the center of the stage the governor of the great state of Texas, the Honorable Greg Abbott.
I want to congratulate the Houston Astros. This is a victory that is far bigger than Houston, Texas. This is a victory as big as the Lone Star State altogether. We are also very proud of the way this Astros team responded and won, but we are proud of the way that they won with character, and they won for you, the people of Houston and Harris County, Texas. I have with me 2 proclamations, one that goes to Jim Crane, one that goes to the mayor of Houston. These are proclamations issued by the state of Texas that declares November the 3rd, Houston Astros Day in the state of Texas. But there's more. There's more, because I wouldn't leave here without you, because I brought something for everybody here. This says, "Dear," and then you fill in the blank. Please excuse and put your name in here. From work, from school, from errands. As they have a very important event to attend, the Houston Astros World Series Parade. Signed by the governor of Texas.
Thank you, Governor. You guys are all off the hook now. We'd like to welcome to the center of the stage. This team won 101 games, then a tough ALDS against the Red Sox, a tough ALCS against the Yankees, and then an incredible World Series against the Dodgers. The man calling the shots all the way through, the manager of your 2017 World Champions, A.J. Hinch.
Wow. Hey, Houston, we did it. These guys did it. Let me tell you something. Did you guys ever step up today for our team, and our team stepped up for you in this city? We're going to forever be linked as a championship city because of 2017. So don't forget where you were when we made that last out and we became a 2017 World Series champions. So to these players, honestly, thank you. Thank you as their manager. Thank you for these fans. Thank you for how you show up at the ballpark every day and bring it. Thank you for how much you love each other. And thank you for making Houston a championship city.
Next up, a man who started game 1 of the World Series, game 1 of the ALCS. He won the first game that he pitched in the ALDS as well as the ALCS. You've known him a long time. He's grown that beard out. He could join ZZ Top if he needed to. Number 60, Dallas Keuchel.
Houston, what the hell took us so long to win a World Series? There's one member of our team not with us today. He hasn't really done much. So I want to give a little shout out. I want you guys to tell me how much Justin Verlander means to this team. Guys, we love you. We weren't playing for you guys. We were all playing together. We won this World Series together. Thank you, guys.
Up next, set the World Series record for most extra base hits. Total bases, the old record was 25. He had 29. He is your World Series most valuable player, number 4, George Springer.
What's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing? Yeah. So I remember back when we got beat by New York in New York that we weren't supposed to win, right? How'd that work out? I got told before Game 7 apparently we didn't have a chance. How'd that work out? But I just want to thank every single person here, every person in the city, every person in the state of Texas that believed in our team. And I want to tell you that from the second we stepped foot on that field this year, we wanted to do something for everybody here. And it's about time we brought something home for the great city of Houston. So, on that mark, I want everybody to celebrate, enjoy it. Houston, we have a championship team, and no one can take that away from us.
We'd like to welcome Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee to the center stage.
Hello, everybody. Are we number 1? Let me thank the mayor. Let me thank our elected officials that are here from all over our county, our governor, our federal. And let me tell you, I love these folk. To you guys, we've been loving baseball since the 1800s. You may not believe that. But what you have done for us, Jim Crane and the whole family, is that you have said to the nation that we are Houston strong, and where Hurricane Harvey came to Houston, we have won. So I simply want to thank each and every one of you and the privilege of representing Minute Maid and all of you. And I just want to bring a message home from Washington, Jim. Everybody that could manage to say thank you to the Astros from all over the nation, we're saying it on the floor of the United States Congress. They are proud of the Houston Astros. This is a world and nation's team. So, Jim, if you would come forward so I can give this to you and the mayor. This resolution of the United States Congress is going to be in the congressional record. And I want you to know that these are our own special Houston Astros heroes, and they have a flag from the United States Capitol because they are number 1. God bless all of you. God bless the Astros, and God bless the United States of America.
Judge Ed Emmett.
A great day in Houston, Harris County, and Texas. I'm going to turn to these guys because I rode in the parade, and what I saw were people who have hungered for this day for 50-something years, and all of us have somebody that we remember that we wish could be here today. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Judge Roy Hoffines. He would have loved this day. But what I saw that was more important Where's Evan Gaddis? I was riding with him. He's back there. There you are. We looked out and saw kids, children, and they were inspired. These guys have inspired future generations. Jose, not only future generations in Houston, not only future generations in Texas, future generations in Puerto Rico and Venezuela and all the countries that this is. Congratulations and thank you, Houston Astros.
Our final speaker of the afternoon. Can I get a woo?
Here you go. I need a mic. Thank you, MVP. Houston, we don't have a problem. We got a championship. Man, this is amazing, guys. Man. Boy, since day one, I've loved you guys. I know we keep saying it, but I really love you guys. I love every single one of y'all out here today, the whole city, the whole state. But now, you guys know what we are? We're limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a guns. Woo!
All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. We are champions.
Keep coolin', but I'm not fooling. I'm gonna send you back to schoolin', way down inside. Honey, you need it. Gonna give you my love, yeah. Gonna give you my love, yeah. Oh, what a whole lot of love. What a whole lot of love. Whoa. Turn up tonight. I'll be burning.
Are you kidding me?
Good time, baby, baby. I'll be let's turn up tonight, Houston. Way down inside. Let's turn up tonight. You need it. Gonna give you my love. Let's turn up tonight. Gonna give you my love, yeah. Oh, what a whole lot of love. What a whole lot of love. What a whole lot of love. Houston, Texas, show your love for your Houston Astros 2017 World Series champions. All right.
And so ends the City of Houston celebration for the 2017 World Series champion, Houston Astros. You're looking live at Houston City Hall right now, where thousands and thousands of cheering, adoring fans, Dominique, have come out here to welcome their team home, their champion team.
They are. It's a rocking place to be here at the Reflection Pool at City Hall. 4:18 in the afternoon. We welcome you to KPRC Channel 2 News at 4 o'clock starting, well, who knows when it started. If you've been watching our coverage, we've been on air all afternoon for you. You are looking at the crowd now here outside of City Hall. So many people stayed. They lined the parade route, and after that parade finished, they made their way right here because they wanted to hear their Houston Astros today.
The parade started at 2 o'clock this afternoon, ended about 3:30, and then the Houston Astros and all of the distinguished guests who were invited to this celebration took the stage. Tremendous round of applause when the most valuable player of the 2017 World Series took the stage, George Springer. Also, when Altuve took the stage, Correa, all the heroes, the starters of this great team.
Everybody had an opportunity to speak, and as they were called out one by one, you could hear the cheers, you could hear the celebrations. This is why everybody came today. It's because of these heroes that you see on stage, shooting videos, shooting selfies, taking in this moment in this era of digital and social media, because they're a part of it. It's why we are so connected to them these days. This is a young, vibrant, energetic Astros team, and you know what, Bill? They're here to stay.
Oh, absolutely. We would not be here without them. They have said they would not be here without us. This is a team and a city united under one banner, Houston Strong.
This is a moment that everybody is taking in. I've seen more photos, more video being rolled. Look at all of these posts that we've been showing you on Twitter. So many people watching this parade from all over, from Houston. We've seen tweets from people in Boston and New York because we're being carried on different networks. Thank you, Astros. That is the hashtag that we're spreading, and it's starting to pop up everywhere. Everybody is so thankful for what the Astros did for this city. The other phrase has been earned it, but you know, the other one is we needed it. We needed it after what this city has been through. Harvey unified us in such an incredible way. We were a showcase for the world as to how humanity should be. And this World Series win is the icing on that cake.
As devastating as that storm was, it showed America that Houston is a city of tremendous survivors. People who stick together, stand together, stay together, and heal together. And the Houston Astros have been a big, big part of that healing.
And a part of that healing is being able to celebrate. There are people here that you see who still may be out of their homes, who still may be dealing with loss, who still may be working with insurance companies and adjusters. But you know what? They were able to push that aside to say, I'm taking a break. I'm here for my team, I'm here for my city, and I'm showing them that I'm in it. And that's what this is about. This is a much-needed sigh of relief.
We have interviewed so many Houstonians who, as you say, are out of their homes, who have a long, long uphill road ahead of them trying to get their lives back together again. But just as you say, they said, this has helped so much for the Houston Astros to bring home a World Series championship.
It was a great parade this afternoon that was organized in such a short period of time. But the 500+ thousand people who attended, and we don't know the exact number yet, probably didn't notice how quickly it was all put together, because really what they cared about were those 3 or 4 fire engines that had their team aboard. This parade could have only consisted of that, and these folks would have been happy, but there was so much more. Representatives from different schools, marching bands. It really was such an orchestration in such a short period of time to be able to do it on Friday, for schools to let kids out. For the most part, we know HISD did, and a lot of other schools offered up some different scenarios for family and children to be able to come out here.
It's been 22 years since the city has turned out for a celebration of this magnitude, since the Houston Rockets brought home the World Championship in 1995 and the year before that as well. We were here then, Dominique, covering this. It was nothing near the scale of today's celebration, though, was it?
Not at all. I mean, it was a huge celebration, and there were tons of people, and it felt like the biggest thing the city had ever been through. But as we've mentioned before, this city has grown tremendously. So there are more people here. Downtown has grown tremendously. There are people who live here now who never used to live here before. There are places that are much more accessible. So this was an opportunity for everybody to come down here. People parked on the outskirts of downtown. Some of them I saw walking for a mile plus just to be able to be a part of this. Crowds were 20, 30 rows deep just to be able to see the parade.
We have a whole different city, you're right, than we had in 1995. We didn't have an Avenida, a Discovery Green. We didn't have the kind of downtown that's become so vibrant as shown today in this great celebration.
And what we have today are heroes, Bill.
All right, let's go to Keith Garvin. He's standing right over on the parade route. Keith.
No, don't turn the music down. We're over here talking to some fans who are still out here celebrating, Bill, Dominique. We are at Smith and Peace, and although the parade itself has ended, Astros fans are still here outside. They just are loving this team. They are loving being Houstonians right now. And so what a great time to be a resident of Houston, be a resident of this Houston area. Now, we're at Smith and Peace, and so this was at the end of the parade route. So you're starting to see the crowd starting to filter away from City Hall and head on home. More fans just loving these Astros. And so, you know, of course, you all saw what we saw. We had the governor of our state. We had the mayor. We had so many other organizations who were represented. We also saw so many of the players, the key players, the Correas and the Altuves and the Dallas Keuchels. But one thing you all may have noticed is that one of the men on the team who was as responsible for this championship as any of the others that brought all these people out here that are just loving this city and loving this team right now. There was one important player who was missing, and that was Justin Verlander, who came over toward the end of the season, and he won some key games for the Astros. He wasn't here, but he was not forgotten. Listen to what his teammate and fellow pitcher Dallas Keuchel had to say, as I'm joined by another excited fan. Hear what Dallas Keuchel had to say about Justin Verlander.
What the hell took us so long to win a World Series? There's one member of our team not with us today. He hasn't really done much. So I want to give a little shout out. I want you guys to tell me how much Justin Verlander means to this team. Guys, we love you. We weren't playing for you guys. We were all playing together. We won this World Series together.
Yeah, they won it together. So what do you guys think about Justin Verlander? So what was it like to be out here for this parade?
I can honestly say probably the best moment of my life.
Wow, best moment of your life.
And I've been through a lot. I came from Louisiana to Los Angeles, Dallas, and now I'm in Houston. And I'm very proud to be a Houstonian right now. Yes.
Proud to be a Houstonian.
I am.
All right, awesome. Tell me, what was it like to see these players and honor them after winning the World Series?
I just don't think that our community can do enough for these guys. They have just brought all of us back to, where we're proud and, we don't worry about our worries. And I would just like all of them to be amazingly blessed.
Say no more.
So a lot of happy Houston Astros fans. They were all out here for the parade. The party continues. We're going to send it back to you guys for now.
All right, Keith, thank you. Keith Garvin down right here around City Hall talking to fans who are so happy about what's happened here.
I mean, some of them saying the best thing of their lives. For all the kids who are out here today, this probably could be the coolest thing they've seen so far. And for us adult kids who've been waiting for the Astros to take home a championship, I might have to concur. This was probably one of the greatest experiences as a Houstonian.
Absolutely. We've been here a long time. I've been here 46 years waiting for something like this to happen, and it has. Now look, this is Channel 2 News at 4 o'clock. Lauren Freeman and Andy Sirota in the studio. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.